Live from Sin City, it's the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. And now, here's the star of the show, Giant Dr. Griffin!
This is Diet Dr. Griffin back with another episode of the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. I know that recency bias is a thing, but I feel like the Seattle Mariners, Detroit Tigers Game 5 that happened last night is going to be an instant classic and something we're going to be talking about for years and years to come.
Let's go. It feels good to be on the right side of history, too, for the first time, and it feels like forever. So,
yeah, in case you missed it, last night in a 15-inning masterpiece, the Mariners advanced over the Detroit Tigers, and I gotta give it up to the Tigers. They played a heck of a game, too.
Oh man, dude, Tarek Skubal. Welcome to the Felix Hernandez Club, where you do everything you can and your team can't score any runs. So,
well, I mean, when Skubal left the game, they had the lead.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is, welcome to the when Felix left the game. A lot of times they had the lead too. So,
well, man, that was a crazy game last night. I think every Mariners starter, except for like Bryce Miller, showed up in that game. You had appearances from Castillo and Gilbert making their first major league appearances out of the bullpen.
No, and Kirby played fantastic. Kirby did great too. I mean, the Tigers during the regular season hit him around a bit, but in the two playoff games he pitched well. So
yeah, here's the thing though. Kirby ended up getting removed because Terry Carpenter had just owned him. He had hit like 5 home runs against this guy in like 11 at bats, including one earlier in the playoffs.
He's 7 for 13 lifetime, 5 of which are home runs. Yeah.
And I think that included last night as well in there.
Yeah, the 7 for 13 is including last night. Yeah.
But before that, after like the first game, it was like 5 for 11 or something like that. Anyway, during I believe it was the 5th inning last night, they took out Kirby because Terry Carpenter was coming up and there was a guy at the plate.
He pitched 5, so it was the top of the 6th.
Okay, it's in the 6th. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so it was in the 6th inning. Terry Carpenter comes in there, and they're taking Kirby out because they got somebody on base, 1-run game. So the guy they put in Spire, I believe, he's
not
the one
somebody
who gives
on base. They had Javi Baez, who did a hustle double because he caught Julio Rodriguez just playing center field like it's a regular season game.
And then Spire ends up giving up the home run to Carpenter.
Yeah, Spire was not, I don't know, I think just maybe overuse, but these last 2 outings, he's just not been as sharp as he normally is.
Yeah, that's coming up a lot.
Yeah, and, I mean, Kerry gets paid too, so there's a reason why he's a professional athlete. So tip of the cap. Yeah,
he had a heck of a game last night too.
They didn't lose because of him, that's for sure. So.
No. I believe he went like 5 for 6 last night, and I think there was a walk in there too.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Box score now, but yeah. I know Carpenter.
Speaking of 5 for 6, Josh Naylor went like 5 for 6 too. That guy has been unreal. Josh Naylor is the only one playing baseball on the Mariners right now, except for Cal Raleigh, it seems, on the offensive side. Anyways, I mean Jorge Polanco as well, but Naylor's like out there just like, I'm going to single-handedly win this game myself if that's what it takes. So.
Okay, so Josh Naylor went 3 for 6 yesterday. Carpenter, on the other hand, he went 4 for 5 and walked twice. So
there we go.
He was doing his darndest to make sure that they won that game last night. He hit the home run that drove in the only 2 runs the Tigers scored.
Yeah, but Kerry Carpenter didn't steal third and then score the first run of the game. Now, did he?
No, he did not. Josh Naylor and his he has, I think, a 13% StatCast percentile speed rate or whatever it is.
Yeah, he's 5 for 5 in the playoffs or whatever. I don't forget what it was, but he's got like oh no, he's the record is 11 stolen 11 times in a row, stealing third, and he's close to it. He's at like 8 or something. And the only people
Naylor
above
just
him.
started whatever you guys taught him about stealing bases, like he just started stealing bases out of the blue when you got to
I
see
wish he would teach the rest of the Mariners that singles and doubles win championships, because it was rough to watch everyone swing for the fence against Skubal. So except for Naylor. So.
I had seen a lot of statistics over the past few years that the team that hits the most home runs in the game generally wins it.
Not this game.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen this game, but it had been a statistical trend over the playoffs the past few years.
Oh, trust me, I know, because the Mariners are all about analytics to a fault. They're like, oh, is this game not going our way?
They were all about analytics.
Is Tarek Skubal dealing right now? Nah, let's just continue to try to hit home runs, because obviously
they were all about analytics. Why did they bring Suarez back?
Because
Suarez can't hit in Seattle.
Sure, but you're not thinking analytically. Analytically, he was a great hitter when we traded for him. Place means nothing, Griffin. That's just superstition according to analytics.
A place where you play half your games at is not like, he's
Griffin,
bad
you have to go based on his first half of the season. That's how analytics work. You can't go with your feeling that maybe he'll be terrible in Seattle, because he's always been terrible in Seattle. The numbers don't say that. Computers never lie, Griffin. Welcome to the Mariners' offensive strategy.
Computer took your job, Daddy. Oh man, so that one, I needed a cigarette after that game. I'll tell you.
It was nice to see JP play well too, because he's in the hot seat right now. Because
he must have played well on defense, because he went 1 for 6 last night.
Yeah, he did play well on defense, because he's in the hot seat, because we got a really good rookie shortstop coming through the ranks right now.
In the other series that happened, the Toronto Blue Jays spanked the Yankees. They just whooped them, and
you just can't commit. You cannot commit that many errors in a series. I mean, and expect to win the baseball game. I mean,
no, you can't. But they got smacked around the pitching though. The pitching.
Yeah, the pitching got smacked around. I was kind of bummed, because I really did want to. I feel like the Yankees would have been an easier win against the Mariners. But I guess we'll play the harder team. So.
Yeah, let's see here. So in game 1 here, I'm going back a bit here.
I think the Yankees had 6 errors total in the 4 games that they played against the Blue Jays, and that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so in the first game, the Toronto won 10-1.
Yeah, that was a beatdown for sure.
Yeah, and then in game 2, they won 13-7, and it wasn't that close, because there were a lot of runs scored late in the game after the beatdown initially happened.
Yeah.
The Yankees scored 5 in the 7th, and they were still down 6. So it wasn't close. Savage, who I had I've completely spaced on him. He went out there and killed it. Yeah,
he really did.
He had a 5.1 innings pitched and 11 strikeouts.
Yeah, that was and look who's talking about pitching after he said who's going to pitch for the Blue Jays.
I know, that's what I thought too, because I just didn't realize they were going to go with the rookie like that. Yeah. Savage was a guy who had only made a handful of starts in September, period, at the major league level.
I mean, the rookies on both those teams played. Schlittler played well too. So
yeah. Even though they lost the game that Schlittler started in this series, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Jazz, who hit the game-winning home run in game 3, basically whiffed on a double play ball that should have ended the inning. And if they at least got one of the outs, it might have limited some of the damage that happened, and they might have been able to come back and win game 4.
It was because he changed his glove. He had the yellow glove in game 3, and then he had the baby blue glove in game 4. So Jazz, stick with the yellow. Everyone knows that.
Marlon's glove in there, I guess.
Yeah, everyone knows that you don't switch gloves when you're playing well, but apparently Jazz didn't get that memo. So
No, no. You know what the Yankees are going to have to do during the offseason, right?
I don't really care, Griffin. So how about you tell me?
They're going to have to reinstate the beard policy. Literally letting the guys grow their beards out ruined Devin Williams. I'll tell you that much.
Right, that's your issue.
But speaking of that, I saw Luis Heel and looking at him and he's got these neck tattoos and I'm like, what's worse here? Having the beard look or just having a neck tattoo popping out of your uniform? Because to me,
Dude,
I find that's worse.
I find that I like both. If you're gonna rock a neck tattoo, that's hardcore, and it probably hurt a lot to get. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect the neck tattoos. I don't like them. I don't dislike them. But yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle choice for sure.
Yeah, Aroldis Chapman has a neck tattoo too.
Yeah, I mean, Aroldis Chapman. I would be if I met Aroldis Chapman in a dark alleyway. I would lay down on the ground and be like, "Would you like to walk on top of me?" So that guy is jacked. He's like the
Yes.
most jacked baseball player in baseball.
Yeah, and that's saying something because he used to be on the same team with Stanton, who is totally jacked himself.
Yeah, Stanton, Bryce Harper. I saw I just randomly saw his Sports Illustrated picture. That guy's ripped too. So
Yeah, okay, well that's a good as a transition as any to go over to the Phillies here because
airmail,
yeah, the
airmail.
Phillies didn't show up against the Dodgers here. They lost both
They
games.
almost, yeah,
They lost
almost so close.
they lost both games at home.
Yeah, that was pretty poor on the Phillies' part and kind of surprising, honestly. I think everyone was surprised by that. I was surprised by it. So
Yeah, I figured they would have eventually learned from having the last few seasons end
they weren't
where
even
they
close
just
either. They weren't even close game. I mean, there were close games for a while, and then it was just like couldn't even stop. The floodgates were open
there were actually close games for the most part. They
until
didn't
the
get
starters came out, and then they just started shelling each other.
yeah, I don't really understand what the Phillies I feel like need to fire their manager. They need to make a major shakeup.
Yeah, something
I
needs to
believe.
give because they have a World Series winning team, and for whatever reason, they can't make it past the ALDS. So.
Yeah, and they've made. I mean, they made it to the World Series a couple years ago,
Oh, yeah, that's
but
right. Yeah,
I think they lost to the Astros in the World Series in
they
22.
did. Yeah, they did.
But they had a lead in game one at home and they blew it. They had an opportunity in game two and they left Luzardo out there too long. And
Yeah,
I don't know how you can watch a guy pitch all year and just not know when to take him out.
yeah. And it comes
I
at
I
a certain
knew
point in time. You can't be asking the player if he wants to go back out because he's going to say yes. So
yeah, Luzardo's box score for the entire outing was 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, and 1 walk. And the one home run that he gave up was in the seventh inning. If they had just taken him out after 6 shutout innings, they might have won that game.
yeah, but I
It was
mean,
0 game at that point.
it's some armchair managing, though. I mean, he looked great, so it is what
Well,
it
here's
is,
the
I guess.
thing,
But
though. Here's the thing. Luzardo had a start like 2, 3 weeks ago against the Dodgers,
yeah,
and the exact same thing happened to him. He got 6 innings in the game. It was, gave up 3 runs. That's about as good of an outing as you'd expect against the Dodgers. They
yeah,
left him out there, and he gave up a home run to Shohei Ohtani.
yeah, and
Got and you,
especially since the Phillies have a good bullpen, you'd wonder kind of why you wouldn't go to that. So
as a man. I'm not expecting. It's easy for me to armchair because I only watch the guy because I have him on my fantasy team.
yeah,
But as the manager who sees this guy day in and day out, he's got to know that this guy can get blown up sometimes. He's
yeah.
got to know that.
I mean, that's kind of how. every Mariners fan felt about Dan Wilson rolling out George Kirby, but that turned out to be the right choice, So
I don't know for last night's game.
for the first game and last night's game, so
I thought for last night's game they didn't really have a choice because he was the rested pitcher.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, trying to figure out who you guys are going to throw out in the ALCS is tricky, but we'll
I
we'll
hope
we'll circle
I'm
back to
hoping
that.
that Brian Wu will be ready to go because
Yes, I agree.
that's
We'll circle
potentially
back to that. We'll
yeah.
circle back to that. We're talking National League right now here
Nets.
because we haven't even gotten to how the actual like series ended, and one of the craziest plays that you're gonna remember this one because
Yeah, the Dodgers got pretty lucky. That was a gift,
because
honestly.
Orion Kerkering in the 11th inning, we had another extra innings game in the elimination game between in game 4 where the bases were loaded, 2 outs. Orion Kerkering gets a ball hit right to him, the pitcher. He's the pitcher, and he boots it and then grabs it and throws it home and completely airmails the ball to the plate.
Yeah.
And that ends the game. Like he could have taken maybe a millisecond more, gone to first, but that is
No,
one of
well,
those just panic moments.
the thing is that JT Realmuto's literally in front of home plate, pointing to first the whole time too. He's like, "Go to first." So,
Yeah, I mean he panicked because it hit probably because he muffed the play to begin with. It booted off and got
oh yeah,
delayed.
I mean, I feel so bad for him. Like, who
Yeah,
knows what you would have done in that situation?
yeah. I
Go
don't know
home,
if I was a
bases
major league
loaded.
pitcher.
Like, is your head going to be clear enough to like bobble it and then throw farther? Like, I understand in his mind, it makes more sense to go to the plate that's closest to you, but that's also where the fastest player was running to, and it's hard to keep track of all that. So,
Yeah, and it's the 11th inning of a playoff game, and you see that's the winning run, and you don't necessarily make the connection that, oh, if I get the guy at first, that ends the inning.
yeah, exactly.
So I don't really fault him for that. It's more of
If he
just
would have,
Kyle.
what's crazy is if he would have underhanded it and that same play would have happened, all Real Muto would have, and Real Muto caught it on the underhand after Ha-Seong Kim ran by, Kim would have been out because he didn't touch home plate, that's like crazy to think about that too. So
Yeah, yeah,
all
and
he
that was
had to
just
have done in that moment was get it into Real Muto's glove. And then when Real Muto spun around and hit home plate with his leg, Kim would have been out,
well, I think that
which
was
is
a
also
force.
pretty, which is also pretty crazy.
I think that would have been a force though, Shane. So all he had to do was just get the ball in the glove. He wouldn't have to tag anything because I was on a force play.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is if he would have gotten the ball in his glove when he spun around, and because Real Muto spun around and landed on home plate, so if he would have gotten the ball in the glove when he spun around and landed on home plate, he would have been out.
Unfortunately, the Phillies season ends and they're going to have a long off season trying to figure out what they're going to do to get this team over the hump because I feel like they have to fire the manager. I
Yeah,
believe that.
they got to do something, that's for sure. So they got the talent. So I guess yeah, management is the
Schwarber is a
next.
free agent and Ranger Suarez is a free agent too. They have some, and Real Muto's a free agent too.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they do with those. Those are three really big. Those guys are going to fetch money. So
I mean, Real Muto probably not. Real Muto will probably make less than he was making on his current contract because he was making 25 million a year. At
yeah,
his age, I think he's gonna get less, but Schwarber's gonna get a lot more.
yeah, Schwarber and Suarez.
And was really cold in the playoffs again, and the team
Yeah,
just was cold.
So is Bryce Harper, honestly. So
Yeah, yeah, Bryce was as well. Ugh.
yeah,
Story of their season, getting cold at the wrong time.
yeah,
And
really.
then at the time of recording, we are recording this before the Cubs and Brewers are going at it for a decisive game 5. Each of the
Oh
teams,
man, the futures bet is alive for one more game.
yeah, each of the teams took their home slates. So the Brewers took games 1 and 2, And then the Cubbies won both games in Chicago. Now they're back in Milwaukee to play the final game. And it looks like I feel like it's going to be a bullpen game for the most part.
Yeah, I'm looking up probable pitchers
It
right
says that
now.
Drew Pomerantz versus Trevor McGill, and
Oh yeah, the
McGill is like
closer.
their the Brewers closer
Yeah,
for
that was
and
Pomerantz.
Pomerantz has been, I believe, a reliever for a long time now.
Yeah, high leverage reliever too. So
Yeah,
it'll
he
be
hasn't
interesting.
really been starting games. He's just been playing an inning or two here and there. So they're both gonna be starting. I don't know who they're gonna go with after they're done with either of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It should be a fun game to watch. I mean, the Cubs have scored 3 runs in all 4 games in the first inning, so
Yeah.
it will be exciting regardless.
Well, I'm rooting for the Cubs. I'm not that's for sure.
There's an interesting stat for you. They were saying this. I think it was Buster Olney. He was on the call for radio last night, and he was
Mhm.
saying that the home team has a 60% lose rate in win or go home games in the playoffs. So,
Hmm.
yeah. And he was
Interesting.
like, the Mariners are going to try to change that. And it took us 15 innings and we did. But, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in Milwaukee. So,
Yeah. Yeah, this one's gonna be a fun one to watch tonight. I don't think it's gonna be like last night's game, but not many
yeah.
can be.
Yeah. Or maybe it will. Who knows? I think both teams will run out of pitchers, though, before it gets to that.
Yeah. I think whoever ends up winning this series is gonna have a really hard time with the Dodgers, who basically just get to set their rotation.
Yeah, that will be interesting though, because the Phillies, I mean, they did some things to give the Dodgers fits, and I think unless Shohei Ohtani and their lefties start hitting lefties, what we saw was that's how you kind of keep the Dodgers at bay is good left-handed pitching. So
And the Dodgers are so deep though, and their rotation is pretty much set though, because they don't the next series I don't think starts until Monday.
yeah, that's true.
And basically they've been resting, so they'll be able to line up their rotation, which is a big deal because whoever wins this series is not going to be able to line up their rotation.
Yeah,
And same with the Toronto, because Toronto's going to have their rotation set and ready.
yeah, yeah.
And outside of Brian Wu, who I don't know if he's ready to come back yet from his pec strain, but they need him.
Yeah, they really do. He's been their best pitcher all year,
Yeah,
or been our best pitcher all year.
he's been their best, and because of the game going to extra innings, they had to use Castillo and Gilbert out of the pen. And Castillo probably would have been the game one starter had he not pitched, I think.
Yeah.
But now that he
Uh,
did, it's
yeah, so I guess the Mariners made it official that Bryce Miller will be the game one opener for the Blue Jays, and Wu is going to be on the 26-man roster. So,
okay, so maybe they're gonna go start Wu game two, maybe? I don't know.
yeah, or they'll go Wu and either Gilbert or Castillo, and then maybe do Miller, Castillo, Gilbert, Kirby, and then Wu. Or I don't know. It just depends on. I guess I don't. I'll have to do some more reading to see how close Wu is to actually coming back. But it looks like he's going to be on the roster. So
If he's gonna be on the roster, he's gonna probably make an appearance. I wonder if he piggybacks behind an opener or something.
yeah, maybe.
Because he might not have they might not feel comfortable with him going full board right out the gate. The
Or
game
they might have him open and then have someone piggyback off of him. So I was impressed with Logan and Luis coming in the late innings, and they kind of proved that they can come into those big moments and keep it shut down. So you might roll Wu out to start and then have Gilbert or Castillo bail him out.
it's gonna be very interesting to see how the Mariners manage their rotation in this series because they are at a big disadvantage having to go utilize all their starters in that extra inning game to get there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of the best parts about that game last night was there was no John Smoltz. Thank Tebow for that. God, that guy's horrible. Kind of glad
Uh,
I'm gonna be going out to dinner tonight, and I won't have to watch the entirety of the game and
yeah,
his terrible broadcast. Adam Wainwright and AJ Brzezinski are so much better and so much more lively than
yeah,
Smoltz, who puts you to
yeah.
sleep with his
Uh,
talk,
dude,
even if some of his stuff is very knowledgeable.
yeah, I was laughing because Buster Olney had a really hard time not being a Tigers fan during the whole series. So
Well, that's good. At least it's a Tigers
yeah,
fan instead of like a Yankees fan or
yeah, he pulled it together. Like they both got excited, for each team, but you could tell that, he was when Scooble was doing all that crazy stuff he was doing. It was just like inning after inning of like how good Derek Scooble is and what the Tigers are gonna do to win the game, and it was like, come on, guy.
well, I think we both want the Mariners to win at this point. I don't think we really
Yeah,
go out on a limb
we have
there.
the best. Yeah, we have the best chance. I think we have the best chance that we've had in a while to go out and win this series. So
Yeah. I want to see the Mariners win, although they just got to manage to get through the first couple of games with the pitching and try to get themselves rested a little bit.
yeah,
I don't know how they're going to figure that
I
out.
think they'll be fine. I mean, Logan's a beast. He only had to pitch, 2 or 3 innings. Luis Castillo's a beast as well. He only had to pitch 2 or 3 innings. Those are guys who regularly throw 100 pitches. So I think it sounds worse than it's actually going to be. Hopefully, is my thought. So
Hopefully. And who do you think? Obviously, you're thinking Cubs. I want the Cubs to win too in the
yeah, I
next
want the
series.
Cubs to win as well. It's gonna. I don't honestly. I think between the Cubs and the Brewers, I don't really know. I think either one of them has the same chance of losing or winning against the Dodgers. So I think it doesn't really matter who comes out of that game. But from a money standpoint, I want the Cubs to win. So
Yeah, I want the Cubs to win too, but I have a feeling the Dodgers are gonna roll whoever wins this series, unfortunately. That's the
yeah, we'll
feeling I'm
see.
getting.
I don't know. They could get cold though, so that
The
would be
bats could get
interesting.
cold,
Yeah.
but they've got their pitching lined up. They have all their aces healthy
Yeah.
and on rest,
Oh,
and
and they would look good in that series too.
we're gonna see how that goes. There's not really much else in news going on at the moment. We can do a quick rundown of how our teams did for the season if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure mine lost. So.
Yeah, yeah. We were kind of sure about that last time, so we can kind of just see how much it ended up being. So last time your war was 68.3 and mine was 82.2.
Yeah,
My
my
war
offense
ended
just let me down. So just let me
my
down.
war ended up being 88.8 and yours ended up being 75.8.
Well, there we go. A little bit of a jump. So
Yeah, yeah. So I beat you
I'm
by
good at
less
picking
than I was beating
pitchers.
you by last time, but not by much.
Yeah, I'm good at picking pitchers. I'm not so good at field players still. So
Yeah. Yeah, you had Judge, but the rest of the crew didn't really help out all that much. Oh,
yeah.
oh, hold on. I didn't even grab Otani when I did my numbers.
Oh no,
Whoopsie.
he's fine.
I
You don't need
spaced
that.
on that one.
You don't need him.
Yeah, that was my stat without Otani. Hold on. I want to do this on the fly here. So we can get an accurate picture. I forgot to go out that Otani's listed as a DH.
Oh yeah, he
And
is.
so that's where it was, 6.6. So that brought me up to 95.4.
There you go.
So nearly a 20 war difference, according to ESPN. Oof.
Yep.
Oof.
Happens sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. No. We'll have we'll have to do this little experiments again next year because I think that'd be fun.
Now, I saved myself $20 million though. What do you got in the bank? Less than one, I think. So
Yeah, you had 16.8 million left over, and I had 3.2 basically left under
yeah,
the cap line.
So there we go. I'm like the Mariners, I only need to win enough games to keep the fans interested, and I take all the money and run. So
Interestingly enough, Cody Bellinger has said that he's going to opt out of his contract with the Yankees.
yeah, I saw that, and that was pretty immediate.
Yeah, he's a Boris client, so that's not really a shock there.
Yeah,
I
he
haven't
played
heard
well enough
officially.
to get a better contract this year too. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I don't think he's that good. I think he's going to be a bust for whoever signs him.
I
'Cause
think
I don't
so.
even,
I think so too, but I don't think Boris or Cody think that. So
no, they don't. I think honestly, if anything, that opens up the Yankees and going after Kyle Tucker.
yeah,
Because
they would be smart to do that.
you're talking about I believe Bellinger was making like 25 million this year.
Honestly, if I'm the Yankees, you go out and get Kyle Tucker and you go spend however much money you need to spend on a great shortstop, whoever that is, wherever they are, because you really need someone to lead that infield and you really don't got it still.
Well,
So,
the problem is that yes, Volpe didn't play particularly well, but he was also playing half the season injured. Like they
sure.
basically said he had a shoulder issue that they just didn't bother to disclose for 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, that is what it is. And I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure that's 100% real. But then the other thing is like, if you're rolling out an injured player and you're getting the kind of results you get, and then you're not saying anything, and then 3 months later you're like, oh well, he had his shoulder hurt. It's just kind of like maybe have someone else who can play shortstop better. So
Yeah. Yeah, they probably didn't have the options until they went to the trading deadline and got Cabanero
yeah,
because he took over a lot of shortstop stuff
yeah,
afterwards.
Cabby's good. He plays good defense. I was excited. I always wish the Mariners would have kept him, but it is what it is. So.
Yeah, and I heard that the Japanese star
Yeah, he's a first baseman, good slug.
Munetaka Murakami, excuse
Yeah,
me.
apparently the Mariners have been talking to him, which surprise, surprise. I think we should keep Josh Naylor personally, but that's just my opinion. So
Well, this kid though, he's legit.
yeah,
He had a 56 home run season in Japan. He's 25.
yeah,
He'll be
I think
26 at the start of next year, but
yeah, but Josh Naylor's legit too. You could have Josh Naylor be your DH and get rid of Mitch Garver, whatever he's doing. So
is Mitch Garver under contract next year, or is he finally
no, I
coming
think
off the
he
books?
opted in. I think he opted in this year. So I think he's done. I think we can get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean some of the games though, Cal's going to be DHing a lot too, though.
Yeah, which is fine. And then
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
give
Cal
you can
Cal
give the
needs to DH because you need his bat in the lineup when he's not catching.
Yeah, and you can give the Japanese kid a day of rest and roll Josh Naylor back out to first. So,
And the thing is that he actually plays some third base as well.
wow.
Although
Well,
I've
well,
heard
then
defensively he's bad.
let's get Perry Hill to teach him how to play third base because he taught Gino was a terrible defensive third baseman until Perry Hill taught him how to play that position. We could get rid of Gino and then have a guy who hits 56 home runs play third. So
Well,
done.
I would like to
Problem solved.
I would like to see Munetaka play somebody somewhere where he can really display his power. Because I
Yeah.
just get really nervous at him going to Seattle and like having his power completely stifled.
Well, people say that about everyone, but Cal Raleigh hit 60 this year. So
Yeah, Cal Raleigh hit 60, but Suarez hit like 49 and couldn't hit like 100 in Seattle this year.
yeah.
It's a real that ballpark is a real drain for some of the hitters who can't. They say because you can't see the ball, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with free agency this year. A
Yeah,
lot
Cal
of
proved them all wrong. So,
yeah, maybe Cal can teach everybody how to see the ball there.
yeah, that would be great. So,
Do you have any before we end the show? Do you have any sports trivia rules? Your little contribution to the show.
you mean my great contribution to the
Yes,
show?
your great contribution that I don't feel like bringing to the show every week.
uh, Yeah, I'm gonna go with one from last night's game since it was so great. Tip of the cap to Tarek Skubal, first pitcher in MLB history to punch out 13 people without any walks in a win or go home game. So kudos, Tarek. You definitely didn't lose because of you. So
No, that's for sure. And likely American League Cy Young Award winner there for the second
yeah,
straight
I
year.
mean just solely on that game alone, probably should
And I
get
don't
it.
even think Scooble I don't even think Scooble was on regular rest either. I think he was still like a day behind what his normal rest would have been, and he still went out and killed it. He
Yeah,
did his
whatever it
job.
is, just punching out people on that stupid changeup. So
He is so good.
he
Detroit's gonna
really
have
is.
to lock him down because somebody's
Yeah,
gonna give him stupid money like Garrett Cole got with the Yankees a while back when he was free agency
yeah. No,
on the
someone
run he's
really is.
going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So on that note, we'll look forward to the Cubs hopefully beating the Brew Crew tonight and talking about the championship series next week.
Let's go, M's.
Good luck, Mariners.
I know.